Welcome to Spain and to a potentially life-changing week for all 60 golfers who've played their way here to Desert Springs. It's last chance saloon for top spot in the Order of Merit and the 5 Challenge Tour cards for 2019. But who'll survive the heat of Europe's only desert to claim the Andalusian Tour Championship and a cheque for £22,500?
Blood and dust. All I've seen is blood and dust. Took my vows and lost my faith. Left with only vengeful ways. In my head, watch them burn into the ground.
All that to come, but first let's turn to our resident professional, Johnny Morgan. John, what can the young professionals expect out there on a course they're not normally used to?
Well, Rihanna, this golf course is immaculate for one. I mean, just look at the greens, absolute light carpets, billiard tables for the players. I mean, they've had it all year. It's been a cracking summer back home in Britain. I mean, they've had baked out golf courses, very wide golf courses, big greens as well to boot, and they can open their shoulders and really bomb it out there. This golf course does not give you that. I mean, it's tight out there. You're off the beaten track. You're in amongst the cactus trees and the wasteland. You've got tiny little baby greens as well. I mean, they're like billiard tables to try and land on, and they all encroach and they feed down, really thick rough around the edges and deep bunkers as well to boot. But the glorious weather as well. I mean, right on their side, not a breath of wind. They're going low.
And what have you thought of the young professionals on our tour?
Well, and they never surprise me, year in, year out. Just a flood of amazing talent that always seem to come through and just put a spanner in the works, and always, helps our appetite for, watching great golf. And, the players, you come through, you've got a massive array there. You see the top of our leaderboard. I mean, it's stunning, full of great talent going on for bigger and better things. And it gives them a nice catalyst, a nice jump up to the bigger tours as well, because they're standing in front of these cameras. They're able to get that vibe. They're able to harness, get used to that kind of pressure, people watching as well on them, 10 grand online, Challenge Tour cards online. They're living their dreams, and no better place than this. And they just show what they're made of. They're great talents.
John, great stuff. Let's head over to Kit Alexander to take us through the Order of Merit and the various scenarios facing those young professionals.
I like to consider myself the brains to the beauty and brawn of John Morgan. So I've had my calculator out this week to work out all the permutations. At the very top of the Order of Merit, Mark Young, Dave Coupland and Billy Spooner are guaranteed their Challenge Tour cards for 2019. But below that, it gets really, really interesting. Any one of the 59 players teeing it up this week knows that with a good result, they can get themselves into those Challenge Tour places. If you're outside the top 28, a win and nothing else will do. But for Joe Dean in 4th and Chris Gain in 5th, they are the men with the targets on their backs. For Joe, a top 10 should do it, a top 5 and he's virtually guaranteed. For Chris, however, he's going to be looking over his shoulder at a tightly packed Order of Merit queuing up behind him. And at the top, any one of those top 7 players can overtake Mark Young and secure the bragging rights as the #1 player from the 2018 season. And Youngie himself, of course, already 3 wins to his name. If he gets the 4th here at Desert Springs, that's an extra £250,000 to be going home with. The Tour Championship is a pivotal week for every one of these players. Play well when it really matters, and this is the week that could catapult your golfing career.
Now to take us through all the final round action, we have the trio of Scott Drummond, Johnny Morgan and Michael McMullen.
Thanks, Rhiannon. With rounds of 67 and 64, it's Nick McCarthy who leads on 13 under par going into the final round. He's one ahead of Steve Surrey, who had 67 and 65. 65 also in the second round for Dave Coupland, so he's just 2 off the lead, and a big group piling up there on 9 under as well. Joining me for the final round, Scott Drummond and Johnny Morgan. And always a special occasion, John, the final day of the season on any tour.
It is indeed. The nitty-gritty is all about now, and this is it. I mean, he's at the second hole here. Nick McCarthy's played the first. Beautiful par 5, that one. Got his par. Now steps on his little par 3. Beautiful hole. Raised green in the distance. And look at this. 3 great shots there, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely what the guys want. Settle their nerves that they might have. It's going to be an exciting final day, this. Really looking forward to this.
McCullen birdied the first. He followed that with a par at the second. Is it going to be 2 birdies in the first 3? It is, and he birdies this hole for the 3rd day in a row.
He's had a few injuries over the past couple of seasons, Hayden. And it's nice to see him in full fitness, playing well.
McCarthy, we saw that approach shot, which was great. This one just going to come off his left side. Beautiful surfaces here. And you can see that one. Rolling straight in there.
I was going to say, he started his season with a missed cut, but he's made 11 in a row since then, and 3 of those have been top 10 finishes. On course for another today.
The man with the hat, Sam Connor, tapping this one in for a very easy birdie. Great shot in here.
Thank you.
And you have been out to the 3rd to have a look, John.
4, 3, 4.
Well, you've had your chances already. You've gone to the first par 5, then you got the beautiful, lovely second. Then you come to another golden opportunity for an eagle. Easy birdie, eagle time galore. This 3rd, 525 yards, par 5, 15 yards wide just behind me between the last bunker that's on the right-hand side and the rough on the left, and all the wasteland that is there to boot. It's about 279 to carry the bunker, so I've come to around about the 300-yard mark because it's downwind, this hole, and that leads me into a beautiful green. That's got 3 bunkers wrapping around it, so not easy if you're a bit of a wayward one, but it really does give you a massive opportunity, because once you're on the green, you ain't gonna have far to putt. Now, I've got a 5-iron, I've got about 210 yards to go. I mean, I've got a thumb pit. It's down the breeze, but I fancy my chances, and I think most of the players will be doing the same. Straight at it, get off to a nice early hot start, get the blood flowing through your body nicely. Come on. Well, that is right at it. Get there. Whew. I tell you what, that'll set you up an eagle chance. No doubt about it. Bring on the 3rd.
John, picking up where you left off in the Pro-Am, where I believe you only finished 1 shot behind the winners.
I did. Luck was on my side. The putter was working. I was like a Hoover on the greens. And yeah, I mean, good golf course in great nick. The boys are loving it. Coupland here at the 3rd. Out with driver. Got to be accurate as you like. Like I said, only 15 yards wide. You want to thread it past that bunker in the rough on the left. Not a breath of wind out here for these chaps. Go on, look at that. You could sell that one. Now, where's our kit?
The 3rd is the only of the par 5s where you can really be aggressive off the tee, and McCarthy has made the most of it here. He's straight down the right half of the fairway. Now just 237 yards to a pin that is tucked way back right on that green. But from this kind of yardage, playing slightly downhill and in this beautiful weather with not a breath of wind, he should be able to get it there with an iron. The play is to start at centre of the green, play for a little bit of fade. If you get it, you could find yourself in close for an eagle. Even if it stays straight, you're in the heart of the green, 2 putts for your birdie.
Well, back on the tee, it's Steve Surrey. It's our first look at him. He's only played 5 events on the Europro this season, but he had a 2nd place finish, among them on his home course at Camberwell Park back in June.
Yeah, he's an experienced player, is Steve. Always plays well at Camberwell as well, his home track. And that's a lovely drive as well. 3 balls in play there.
Now at the 4th, running adjacent to the previous one, the 3rd. Back the other way, claw grip,
for Sam Connor, track in. Oh, nailed it, little fist pump. Spring in the step.
Bound of a spring and a step after back-to-back birdies. And very much on the march.
Now here's Surrey. Approach shot to this par 5 that Kit described. Going in with a wood, possibly 4 or 5 wood. Looking for the high fade. Stop it on this green. Slightly wide, but reasonably safe.
Dave Coupland eagled this hole on his way to his 65 yesterday.
Yeah, it does give it up here. My God, it really does. He's trying to sling this one in from right to left. Don't want to be missing it outright. Oh, and that's going to be a lengthy number, and that's coming over over a big right knuckle there, and that's going to have a lot of swing on it.
Let's see what McCarthy can do now. Good angle here, slightly flatter lie.
Good swing, isn't it?
It is.
Good
Sounded
swing.
like a really good strike as well. And look at that one. Come on, keep moving. That's a great shot. Outside eagle chance.
And this is Hugo Dobson, 69 and then 66. And he birdied the first today, followed by a couple of pars.
Good compact swing there. Yeah, lovely control. Do love the look of this place. The waste areas. And the lush green grass. Now here's Steve Surrey. Looks to be sitting down a little bit in this thick rough. Oh, he's played that one a dream shot. Absolute class there.
He's been playing a lot in Africa this year and had a top 5 finish at the Zimbabwe Open back in April.
Yeah, he's a bit of a traveller. Steve, he loves it down there in Africa and South Africa, as we see that one roll in. Another beautiful putt on these smooth surfaces.
Yeah, playing with Robbie Busher and McCarroll. Nice 3-ball that. And McCarthy, this is what he's got left. Coupland's already putted up. Down the hill this one, gets fast near the end, should release a bit. Oh, didn't quite hit it. A little bit nervy.
Very much a birdie hole this, and with so many other players making hay early on, he really needs to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and here's another player looking to take advantage. Busher for birdie. Right in the front door.
Birdied the second, now birdied the fourth as well.
Yeah, the guys really are taking advantage of the start. Now Coupland. Very good 2-putt for birdie from the front of this green.
So he's played this hole over the 3 rounds in 4 under par.
Yeah, that helps. And there's his good lady. Watching on, giving him some good encouragement. Now McCarthy to follow suit with a birdie. Does it easily, and there's Surrey there. A little bit closer for his birdie.
Yeah, Surrey 3 behind now after that, but surely only very briefly because he can't possibly miss this one.
No, we'd have given him that one, I think. Well done, Steve. Great up and down there.
2 birdies in the first 3 then for Nick McCarthy, so he's 2 ahead of Steve Surrey. Dave Coupland on 12 under, Surrey and Coupland both parring the third, and promising starts for McCullen and Dobson. They're both on 11 under par. Now, Desert Springs has been a regular venue for the Tour Championship, allowing golf and sales manager Simon Coker a unique insight into the Tour's development over the last few years.
Well, we're here at our second home at Desert Springs. 2 years on, 2018, grand final. Here with the mighty Simon Coker. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Welcome
all right?
back. Yeah, no, it's great to have you and the players.
I mean, we've had some top winners around here. Are you expecting another wonder kid coming through?
Yeah, most definitely I am. I mean, you know, the quality of the players that have qualified to be here this week is incredible. I mean, if you look at the British Masters there and see some of the old stalwarts doing well, and we also get a number of them back come back for their winter training as well out of season. So, you know, it's nice to see the familiar faces come back.
Well, you've got a golf course as well to be. I mean, it's about 6,800 yards. It's a par 72. Do you think it challenges every player?
Most definitely. Yes, you've got to keep the ball in play. So, therefore, distance, you can't overpower the golf course.
No.
There are opportunities out there, and you can strategize and think you're going to attack at certain times, but at other times you've got to take your medicine and you've got to be patient. The winner ultimately will be the player that's managed himself around the golf course for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And during those 3 rounds there's going to be the highs and the lows. But short game's going to be vitally important, most definitely.
You can see, guys, I'm holding a cricket ball and you're wondering why I'm doing it. It's because I'm here at the most outrageous cricket ground you've ever seen, and they're all coming down here. Simon, tell us more about it, buddy.
Well, again, I mean, if we turn the clock back at that time, I was saying in due time we'll build a cricket ground.
Yeah.
And here we are, it's here. We opened it in February this year. We had a representative side from Spain play against the Tom Maynard Trust, who have been visiting Desert Springs for cricket camps for 5 years. We've got 18 grass wickets, 12 rye, 6 Bermuda, so we've got a cricket ground that can be played all year through. You know, it's wonderful. We can actually have cricket played all year. It only bodes well for the future, that's for sure.
Well, thank you, Simon, for having us, my friend, and we're going to do battle again. It's going to be an interesting finish, I'm sure.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks very much.
With so much at stake in this year's Tour Championship, the battle lines are well and truly drawn. Join us after the break for more action from Desert Springs. Welcome back to the final round here at Desert Springs. The Tour Championship has received significant support from the region, who are of course hoping for a record-breaking tournament.
Desde luego para nosotros el apoyo al gobierno de Andalucía lo queremos hacer desde la
For us, as the government of Andalusia, we want to give support from the grassroots to the elite level. In fact, we have different courses designed for an introduction to golf, such as the Public School of Golf El Toyo in the city of Almería.
Y también apostamos para que los jóvenes
We are investing so that young people starting to excel in this sport have the opportunity to work on their game on one of the best courses that we have at national level, combined with exceptional level organisation that will allow, I'm sure, that in the coming years they will develop into the stars that we see now, for example in the Andalusia Valderrama Masters, so that these players can continue to work and continue their professional development.
Como en el Andalucía Valderrama Master puedan seguir trabajando y puedan seguir avanzando en su desarrollo profesional.
For us, these big sporting events, as well as being an exceptional window to show the world what we have in Andalusia and what we have in Almería, should serve to promote the sport and serve to ensure all Andalusian people have access to golf. And of course, we want it to be an ideal platform so that we can continue to showcase the golfing talent in Spain, with exceptional players at the level of Sergio Garcia and other Spanish players that are always competing at the top of world golf.
En España con jugadores excepcionales de la talla de Sergio García y otros españoles que siempre están en los niveles punteros en el golf a nivel mundial.
Some great storylines, Pablo's, from previous years in Desert Springs. What are you hoping to see this week?
Bueno, okay. I've heard a story of a player who's gonna get his 4th title and he's gonna win. We say we finish on Monday on the Valderrama, so we are in the same week. So if he makes it, if he wins, he's gonna win the second highest prize in this week in Andalusia. First gonna be Sergio, and second would be him. That's what I wanna see.
Well, Mark Young may not have mastered Desert Springs, and that 4th title is slipping away, but plenty of other great stories developing on the course. Nick McCarthy, who has to win to get that Challenge Tour card, remember, he's got a 2-stroke lead in the very early stages of this final round over the globe-trotting Steve Surrey. Dave Coupland, ultra-consistent player this season, still very much in it, but this is the man they're all trying to catch, Scott.
Yeah, big day for Nick. He's composed himself very well so far. It's all in his hands. And he keeps hitting shots like that. He'll be in with a great chance come the end of the day. Beautiful drive.
And look at this wind-up, Scotty. Good rotation. Look at that. Just past parallel, releases it, drags it. And I tell you what a thunderbolting drive. Well over 300 yards.
Yeah, good technique. Arrow straight, that one. Let's see if Surrey can follow him. Looks to be pretty good. Indeed. Not quite as long, but on the short stuff. And that is all important this week. Good swing from Steve, good balance, good rotation, fairway finder.
Now, before Robbie Busher set off today, Kit had a word with him.
Robbie, 60th in the order of merit, the last man into the field this week, but you are right there in contention. How are you feeling ahead of this tournament?
I feel great, to be honest. Like, it's a course I've done well on, and it suits my eye. You know, I'm really lucky to be here. I made it with 13 quid, so yeah, just to be here is great fun, and to be in the mix is even better.
Yeah, you finished 4th at this event back in 2015. How nice is it to have those good memories and vibes to feed off?
Yeah, to be fair, when I came back here and did the practice round, I thought I couldn't remember it being as tight as it was. Because it's off the tee, you have to be really, really straight around here. But yeah, no, I have great memories of this course, and yeah, I feel great.
He's been in the top 10 twice this season, including a share of 6th at Caversham Heath back in July, and here he is playing the 5th.
Yeah, and as he said, the course suits his eye, which is so important around here. Very tight off the tee. Using the slope there, John. Beautiful.
Yeah, top shot. What a pin position that is. Front right, really hard to get to, and he's done a great job there. Now, after a great drive here, Surrey, middle of the fairway. Oh, cameraman behind him getting some top-notch snaps there. And a top-notch shot to boot.
Yeah, look at that one feeding in as well. Guys who know these greens can use the slopes.
Good early signs from McCarthy about his credentials as a front runner. Can he keep it going here at 4?
Well, he certainly can. Another shot right down the flag. No sign of nerves at the moment.
Yeah, looking very relaxed. Now, the 6th hole. Many people trying to take this one on in one fell swoop. You can lay it up. Nice little 7-iron, 6-iron, shy of the bunkers, and just a sand iron or wedge in. Pin back left today. And look at this one, zipping out of the fringe. Oh, to within gimme range. What a shot.
Yeah, that's a huge amount of spin. And once it gets on these surfaces, they are quick and smooth, so we'll keep going. Now Surrey, tidy approach into this 4th, this for birdie.
So back to 1 behind McCarthy, but perhaps not for very long. We'll see McCarthy in a moment, but first Busher, he's birdied 3 and 4, going for the hat-trick here.
Yeah, just a slider off the left. Yeah, lovely, nicely done. Beware Robbie Busher.
Here's another man going for 3 in a row, the leader, McCarthy.
Yeah, this to get to 16 under. Beautiful, confident stroke as well.
I mean, how relaxed he looks. Unbelievable. Now, after that zippity-doo-dah moment from off the back of the green to here for birdie for Sam Connor, gets it. Oh, here we go, boys and girls.
Really needed that to stay in touch. Here's a man who is very much in touch and has been in many tournaments this season. He's had a great year, Dave Coupland, 32 years of age. He's had 3 wins on the Europro Tour, but he had to wait 5 years before getting back in the winner's circle this year. And he's been talking to Kit.
Dave, you were 2nd in the order of merit coming into this week. You already had your Challenge Tour card sewn up. So what was your mindset?
Well, my mindset is winning the order of merit. I think that's kept me going this week.
You've had a magnificent season, the 2 wins, lost in a playoff, 5 more top 10s as well. Kind of taking a step back if you can, how pleased are you by the progress you've shown this year? Yeah,
I didn't realise it was that many top 10s, but yeah, I'm really pleased how this year's gone. It was an 18-month goal. When I came back off Challenge Tour, addressed a few things, re-evaluated everything and made a plan and stuck to it, and yeah, it's paying off. So yeah, I'm chuffed to bits.
What's been the key to taking your game up that notch?
It's just working with different coaches and buying into what they're saying. Changed my strength and conditioning coach as well, working closely with my swing coach, and that's been a massive difference. And of course, when you're playing well, your confidence rises, and then your mental game comes on as well. So everything is tied in together, and if one cog breaks down, the whole machine breaks down. So yeah, it's just a combination of everything really.
How badly do you want to top that order of merit?
Yeah, that was my goal at the start of the year, and it's really close now. So just try not to get ahead of myself and complete the 18 holes.
Yeah, well, he's in a great position, as we know. Challenge Tour card secured. He can really just focus on a great performance in this final day of the season and see if he can sneak that order of merit. Yeah, another solid tee shot down the centre.
Good par 4 here, Scotty. 362 yards. Yeah, just in the 3 wood so he can lay it up, get a nice wedge in there. Now Dobson at the 6th, going for it, out with driver. Got to drift it in a little bit from left to right. Water lurking down the right, and bunkers. Go on, hop on. I tell you what, he's done a good, brave job there. Top drive.
Coupland reminds me a lot of a sort of Lee Westwood type, very solid tee to green, and it's all about whether or not he can hold a few putts, and when he does, he can go exceptionally low.
Yeah, I think you're right. His game has been very, very solid this year, and when the putts have dropped, that's when he's had the low ones.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. When you can shoot 10 under and 11 under, Pro-Am and first round at Fox Hills, you're nothing to be fearful of forever. And I tell you what, Dobson there, nice chip from down there.
Yeah, hadn't done much this season, Dobson, until he was second at East Sussex in August. Tim Rice birdied the last and beat him by 1. Now here's Coupland, who we were just talking about, looking to get one of those putts dropping.
Yeah, should be moving a little bit left to right. Oh, he's read it beautifully. And he marches on. More birdies in the bank. Now McCullen just coming out of the second cut of rough here. Looks to be sitting down. Heavy like that.
Yeah, really digging that one out there, Scotty.
Oh, he's done very, very well. Look at this one. Probably just going to run into the back fringe, maybe. No, beautiful shot. He'll take that, I'm sure.
So pars at the 5th for both McCarthy and Surrey. So McCarthy 16, Surrey 14, and Coupland with his birdie on that hole getting to 13. 3 behind this man.
Beautiful strike again. He really is on form today. Just sneaking. That may have caught the bunker, actually.
Nick, 3 under for the first 5 holes. How pleasing is that start?
Yeah, it's a good start. You know, it's kind of settles me into around nicely. That it's yeah, just got to try and keep it going now. Find a few more.
What's been the key? Where do you feel your game is right now?
Yeah, just fairways and greens, to be honest. Find the fairway, try and hit the green, and then try and hold a few putts.
And how's the course playing today?
It's good. It's probably the. I mean, there's not really any wind. First few days we had a little bit, but today it's just still, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Stunning start. Well played, Nick.
Cheers.
So as he makes his way to the green on the shortest par 4 on the course, Hugo Dobson is already up there, putting for birdie.
Yeah, just short of the green with his drive. Decent chip up. That one tried to sneak away, but caught enough of the hole on the right edge, and that's a birdie.
I can't tell you, Scott, he's just outside the bunker on the downslope. Not easy this. Going to come out low. Not much grab on this, so he's going to use all the green, run it up towards the back of the green here. Oh, look at that. Up the tier. Go on. Oh, my goodness. God, nearly went in, Scotty.
Yeah, I think it was an easier shot than you perhaps thought it was there, Johnny boy. That was a class shot.
Now this is Billy Spooner, who started his day with a horrible double bogey 7. Couple of birdies since then, but he's just dropped a shot at the 7th, in danger of dropping another one at the 8th. Oh, not a bit of it. He's gone the other way. He's got that shot straight back.
Well, there you go. Sometimes a little bit of luck hitting the flag and going in might just get him sparking.
Well, this one's 25 yards. Long bunker shot up the hill, uphill lie. Not surprised to see that short of the hole. Fraught with danger if you go past over this green. Thick grass bunker lurking as well, so Dave keeping it below the hole. Good move.
Been a busy man this season. He's played in every tournament on the Europro Tour, and he's only missed 1 cut along the way.
Yeah, very, very good season. Now this one down the hill, right to left. Yeah, didn't think that was going to quite get there. Beautiful roll.
3rd birdie already today. He's making a move.
chance here for Dave. He's seen Dobson's ball wanting to drift a bit left to right near the hole. Oh, this one was going the other way.
Yeah, frustrating there. Feels like a birdie hole that should be taken advantage of.
Now, Craig Ross had a 65 yesterday. He's not really got going yet today, just 1 under for the first 7 holes.
Yeah, Craig, good player, good talent from Scotland. I'll tell you what, doing really well. Won at Mar Hall when he was an amateur. Now turned pro, doing really well.
Yeah, he won at Moor Alderton this season, one of 2 Scottish winners on the tour in 2018.
McCarthy with another one. Beautiful putt. And there is no stopping this man at the moment.
Indeed, it's 4 birdies in the first 6 holes, and on 17 under par, he leads by 3 from Steve Surrey, who's just had a par at the 6th. Dave Coupland still in contention, but he's going to have to go some to catch McCarthy, who really is on fire. And so is the Welshman Jack Davidson, who opened up with 4 straight birdies today. He's 6 under for his round. Leading the charge to championship glory and the prospect of Challenge Tour golf next season is Nick McCarthy. More to come after the break. Welcome back to the final round of the Tour Championship, final event of the Europro season at Desert Springs, and it's Nick McCarthy very much in charge after an explosive start to the final round as he looks for the win, which would secure him a Challenge Tour card for next season. On 17 under par, he's 3 clear with 12 holes to go. Steve Surrey still in there in second place, very experienced player, and Dave Coupland as well, looking for a high finish to claim top spot on the final Europro Tour standings for the season. Let's go to John on the 8th.
Alrighty, boys and girls, here at Desert Springs, they got beautiful par 3s, but none harder than this 8th hole, in my opinion anyway. I mean, he's a monster, he's 225. And the green, when you look at it from here, you can't see the left part of it. It looks like there's hardly any green to work with. All you do is see the right kind of half of it. You miss it big left, you go down into a big bank, onto a big bank, maybe down into the wasteland, and you've got a horrible lie. You go too far right, you're in a big bunker, then you're coming over a big mound, and you've got to play an absolute pearl, and it will always feed down towards the middle of the green. Never easy to get it close. And look, there you go. I mean, the breeze has just dropped a little bit, but you can see going that way across me. Anyway, 3 iron, I've got to be out in my boots. Both feet off the deck at impact. I'll be glad if this gets to the front edge, let alone be straight. Needs to be straight first. Anyway, come on, Johnny. Well, there's the straight. It's going a little bit right to left. Has it got the legs to get there? I don't think it has. Oh, it has. Oh, yes, on the green. Oh, thank goodness it's on the green. Sweat over.
Oh, John, you really shouldn't doubt yourself. You know, we don't doubt you. We've seen enough of good shots. Now here's McCullen. 12 under at the moment.
Looked full of promise when he won at Princess 3 years ago, but hasn't really kicked on since then as we would have expected.
Like I was saying, he suffered with a few injuries here or there, and yeah, a little few setbacks, you know, and upsets the apple cart, and confidence is low, but he's finding his feet again now, Hayden. So I expect good things from him. As we see Connor here, looks like a hybrid in hand, trying to get at the back of the screen, but it seems to be turning a lot here, Scotty. Oh, not turning enough. That's good. What a shot.
Yeah, I think he was hitting the high draw in there. 2 very good shots.
Impressive front running from McCarthy so far, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. Not easy starting the day with a lead, albeit a slender lead. The mindset is different when you are a front runner for most of the day. But look at these shots he's hitting. He is not fearing it at all.
Yeah, that was some drive there, Scott. Round the corner at 7. Now Connor to convert for a rare 2 on this hard 8th. Hayden getting inside him as well. Oh, a tracking. Dents the back door.
Yeah, that was a bullet. That wasn't going anywhere else.
Surrey battling to hang on to McCarthy's coattails in the battle for this title.
Yeah, 3 back. Both playing some good golf. Pulling each other along, perhaps. And there you go. He has bombed one down there, Steve Surrey.
Yeah, you've got to be really aggressive off that tee, taking it over the right-hand side. Over all the trouble. Done really well now. Hayden to follow. Sam is tracking. He's got it as well. My goodness, making mincemeat of this 8th.
Yeah, the longest par 3 on the course.
Well, McCarthy, once again, in the middle of the fairway. Second shot to this 7th. Just leaking out right, I feel. Yeah, not too bad, though. Pin high. He's dialed in with his yardages, always a good sign. Now, what can Surrey follow up with? Be trying to put a bit of pressure on him. Get a few iron shots inside him if he can. And that'll do. Beautiful, almost a gimme.
Now, whatever happens today, Craig Ross is poised to win Rookie of the Year on the Europro Tour. He's 7th on the race to Desert Springs coming into this.
Yeah, good player coming off the left late on and drains it in the heart of the hole. Watch out for this man. Good player he is. And McCarthy, like you said, has got a pin eye into on the right hand side. Only went in there with a gap wedge. Pretty straight putt all in all this one. Up the hill. He can't get another, can he? He can. My goodness. Yeah. Relentless.
This is outstanding performance.
Exhibition stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
5 under for the day after just 7 holes. Now Dobson could do with some exhibition stuff from this spot.
Oh, tries a 4 right. I'd like to hear a 4 if there's anyone out there, but no, he's giving them full warning if they're anything but bounding through the wasteland, and this could get in a world of trouble, but that looks to be okay. There might be a few stones lurking near it.
Just had his first dropped shot of the day on the previous hole.
Now, Steve Surrey, after that awesome approach shot, just 3 feet to clean up here. Yeah, making light work of this hole.
So McCarthy and Surrey both birdie 7. The gap is 3.
There we go. We got Andy, slow-mo man, right behind him there. God, really good bird's eye view. Nice lie he seems to have. Tight flag though, where he's coming in from. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is glorious golf we're watching.
You could hear the fizz on that, John.
Yeah, you can. This is what Andy got to see. Nice lie, going to see the impact. Ball first, nipped it perfectly. Gets the backspin required. Yeah, glorious shot.
Sam Connor came in here 15th in the standings, so he needs a top 3 finish to have any chance of getting the Challenge Tour card today.
Yeah, he needs a strong finish.
God, I like that strike out of the bunker. That's a good finish as well. Down a tough hole, this 10th. Probably one of the hardest ones on the golf course. Very demanding tee shot.
Here's a man we've seen a lot of this season, Brendan McCarroll, but it's been a quiet day so far. Birdied the 3rd, but all the rest pars. But that completes a front 9 of 35 with no dropped shots.
Yeah, it's solid stuff, but he will be looking for better on the back 9. Now McCullough, 4th shot. Oh, another one. Dead centre, yes please.
How good was that? Well, from the good, the bad, and this is going to be ugly. This for a snowman for Busher, up 9, the par 5. And that is an 8. And that's going to be very painful.
Memories of Cumberwell Park, where he was going well in the final round until a 7 at the 9th.
I've got to say his playing partner Dobson went and tapped in for a great birdie.
Now Connor, we saw him out of the trap. Good bunker shot. A lot of swing on this one. He's made it.
Him and Hayden are having like a bit of a match play contest. What anything you can do, I can do better kind of vibe.
So Nick McCarthy has parred the 8th, so has Steve Surrey. So the gap between those two stays at 3. Hayden McCullen's miracle par on 10 keeps him on 13 under. Sam Connor also on that score. He's just birdied the 10th. And Jack Davidson has made his 7th birdie of the day on 13. He's 11 under par.
Some great scoring. We're really in for a treat on this back 9, but here is Surrey to close out his front 9. Tee shot on the par 5 9th. Driven the ball very well all day. 290 to the end of the fairway for the big branker, and that is almost at the end there. Beautiful.
Another tough up and down opportunity here for McCullough. He hold it on 10. This is probably the toughest of them all, though. 11th. Blind tee shot, swoops down, really topsy-turvy green, and he's missed it short side of himself on the left-hand side. Now Surrey with his second, coming over 2 barrancas to a raised green at this par 5. Pin tucked over on the right-hand side, just on the green. Coming in high. Oh, just slightly over-faded it.
It's a hole that he eagled yesterday, having birdied it in the first round.
And McCarthy has had some issues. This is now his 4th shot into this par 5. Needs to get this wedge in tight, try and save par. Well, work to be done.
Just showing you the heat there, out with the brollies, getting some shade.
As we've said, Steve Surrey plays on all sorts of tours, and as you can see there, he's won on all sorts of tours. Bristol Rovers fan, your part of the world, John, and he's been talking to Kit.
Steve, you split your time with us here on the Europro Tour and over in South Africa on the Sunshine Tour. So how does that work out each year when you're planning your schedule?
Yeah, it's quite tough with Africa because they don't put out their schedule till quite late. But the sort of seasons work well with our season finishing, just going into their summer season.
How do you feel you benefit from playing on the Sunshine Tour as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's good experience, you know, going to play different grasses, different climates, altitude and stuff. So it's sort of a big learning curve, and it feels a lot easier when you come back home to play with familiar surroundings.
At this stage now, you've made it to Tour Championships, you're in a great position. How do you reflect on this past season?
Yeah, I've played okay. I played quite a lot of cuts and had a good result at Camberwell. I'd like to got in contention a bit more. Sort of the same, the other side really on the Sunshine Tour, sort of had a lot of cuts made and only got in contention sort of once, which was probably a bit disappointing.
What is it that's made the difference this week to get you into contention?
I think the course sort of quite suits my game. Sort of if you've got to hit it straight, not overly long, and just sort of have good course management really.
How important is it to have a strategy on a course like this and have the discipline to stick to it no matter what's going on in your round?
Yeah, I think sort of if you do it at offliner, you need a lot of luck because there's a lot of bushes and cactuses and stuff in the desert. So you can get away with the odd wayward one, but you can also rack up a 6 or a 7 quite quickly.
Yeah, he also had a good showing on the European Tour during the season, the Shot Clock Masters, which you were over in Austria for, John, and he had a 65 in that, played the weekend.
He did. Good round of golf. Mika Kahunen came out the winner there, and what a sublime shot from short-sided. Deep lie as well. Got the height on that and landed it nice and softly there, Scotty.
He did, and I think, you know, playing down in South Africa from the Bermuda and the Kikuyu grass, I think he's developed a really good short game. Now that, well, that was a misread and perhaps a misstrike as well. That was a wide.
And it'll be the first blemish on his card. McCarthy is also going to have his first blemish. Can he limit the damage to 1? He can.
He can, but that's a bogey, and we'll see if that rattles him a little bit going into the back 9 or not.
Yeah, it's all been going along so serenely for him up until now, but this is a test for him, and Surrey now has a chance to close right in on him.
Yeah, 2-shot swing. Great up and down from Steve Surrey. And now we have got an amazing 9 holes ahead of us now. The gap has closed.
We saw Craig Ross's birdie at the 10th, 2 pars in a row since then.
Well, this man can move it out there. Reminds me of Ian Woosnam. I mean, he's got the height of Woosie, and he's got the power of him as well. Well, if he has the same career as Woosie, I tell you, he ain't done too bad. Now, spot of bother here for David, in amongst the, well, in the hazard line. Can't grind the club. He's done well, very well.
That was a brilliant shot.
It was, wasn't it?
Right down on the steel. Just trying to make contact. Look at this.
Yeah, that was earlier at 10.
Well, I tell you what, you can't teach this, and this isn't a shot we practice. But he has done extremely well from there.
And what a craftsman that was. That brilliant. Now, fast putt down the hill. We've seen birdie from Surrey already.
This could be up and down of the year, John.
It could be. Come on, strike in, turn. Oh! Yeah, I tell you what, you'd have had a good call on that one, Scotty. Up and down of the year. I'd have given that.
There, Craig Ross, just left of this 13th green in 2. Just on the upslope, little parachute shot. Get it to land soft. Oh, too soft.
Good effort, Matt.
It was a good effort. Deserved a little bit better. Now there is confirmation. Just the one shot in it.
We saw Coupland's miracle at the 9th. Can he now follow it up with a birdie on 10? This would be a good move to make.
Oh my goodness, that looked in with a bang. Oh,
it is in.
Oh my goodness. I didn't think that was going in, to save my life. Honestly, I thought that's missed right. Look at that. Look at that cheeky grin.
It's an eventful couple of holes for him, and he's right in this. 3 behind.
Well, I tell you what, is there anything that hasn't happened today? Craig Ross, always slightly on the left side. Not grabbing enough of the hole to drop.
Yeah, they always hurt, those ones. You feel like you're walking after it, it's going in, not quite. So we know this putt. We've seen Dave's putt slightly moving off to the right-hand side as it came to a standstill. Now, McCarthy, nah, not getting the bounce back he was wanting.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity.
So McCarthy pars the 10th. Steve Surrey has parred it as well, which means that Dave Coupland's birdie gets him a bit closer. He's now just 3 behind. And yet another birdie for the Welshman Jack Davidson at the 15th. He's now 8 under for the day and 12 under for the tournament. The experienced Steve Surrey is right on the shoulder of Nick McCarthy, who still leads but only by 1 with 8 to play in the Tour Championship. Welcome back to the final round of the Tour Championship at Desert Springs, where Nick McCarthy was very much in control of matters not so long ago, but not so much now. On 17 under par, he still leads the tournament with 8 holes to play in the final round, but he's now only 1 ahead of the experienced Steve Surrey, and Dave Coupland, who's been so consistent throughout this season, is very much in the mix as well, just 3 behind after 10 holes. Sam Connor 4 back. He probably doesn't have enough time left to make up that deficit.
Well, we're coming to 13, boys, and it's the par 5. 2 brancas in play here, running across the fairway. 511 yards this par 5. Now, long iron off the tee for most of the boys to get to this position. Then you can launch a 3-wood over this little island fairway that you've just seen and try and get it near the front of this green. Very long, narrow green as well to boot. Fraught with danger as well. Water around the back of it, bunkers down the right. Not easy to get there in 2 shots. So, yeah, you might see a few little chips on in 3. So we see Cordy here doing exactly as I thought you might do it. He's gone iron off the tee, 3-wood short, lobbed it on, no problem.
Court's only played in 5 Europro events this season, but he's been top 10 in 3 of them. He's always been so consistent on this tour, and of course finished number 1 on it a couple of years ago. Now here's the man who's currently number 1 on the leaderboard, Nick McCarthy, on the longest of the par 4s.
Yeah, it's a good hole, this one. I mean, blind tee shot. And, yeah, 437 yards.
Oh, he's left himself some work to do there as we go to McCullen with his little pitch approach. And a chance to save par.
Now here's Jack Davidson, the Welshman, who's been absolutely flying today. Won the qualifying school at Frilford Heath in April. And he's been mixing between this tour and the Challenge Tour since then.
Yeah, he's going into a tight back pin position here, Michael. Oh no, look at that. Fried egg on a downslope. No green to work with. Pin well above him. He's 8 under now. Well, I'd be very surprised if he's 8 under after 17.
Yeah, that could not have looked any worse, I don't think. And that one was always just hanging out on the right side. It's a shame. But the greens are so pure, you know. You start it, whether it's in or not.
2 bogeys in the last 3 now from McCullen. Back to McCarthy. Remember, he has to win to get a Challenge Tour card, having started the week in 24th.
Yeah, sat down this one. Just got to pitch it on the edge of the green.
Good shot.
Not easy. Could easily leave that short with the same kind of shot required. And yeah, he's given himself a chance now to walk away with a par.
Matt Court. We saw his little wedge approach in here. Par 5 this for birdie. Yeah, very solid. Real tidy player, Matt. Good course management. Now this is what we were talking about. Horrific job.
Oh yeah, one leg in, one leg out on the downslope, and the well, it's up. It's a good 10 feet above him, this flag position, and look at that. He's playing it. Stay in the upslope. Now that's giving him a chance. He can get some serious loft on this, get it close, and hopefully get away with a bogey.
Steve Surrey on 11. Long range birdie attempt here. Up the hill a little bit. Great roll.
Well, that was to tie the lead. He could still be joint leader in a moment, though, as McCarthy has work to do for his par. And Davidson certainly does. He needs a miracle to make par here.
Yeah, very unfortunate with where he finished. Much more straightforward now. Expect this one close.
And catching a downslope. It shows you how hard that is. The only place not to go is left on this green at 17.
I think he just got a fraction too much sand there, didn't he, John? Didn't quite get the grab on it.
Yeah, you need a bit more zip there. You need to fly it all the way as well, land it on the soft stuff.
So this is to stay in the outright lead.
Well, this is going to test his mettle. Oh, a little bobble. And it slides by. And for the first time in a while, he isn't leading.
Yeah, it wasn't so long ago that he was briefly 4 shots clear, but that's all gone now. And look what it does to Coupland as well, only 2 behind.
Now come on, knock this in. Right edge putt this one for Davidson. Clawing it. Good stroke required. Gets it. Good save in the end.
Yeah, that would have been a real shame to make double. He's had a phenomenal day.
Right, this Magic Beauty, 14, par 3, 161 yards. And do you know what? There's a little shark lurking in this water. It's a lovely little feature, but it's all the way up to the green. From start to finish, water is right in front of you. Now, I could hit 9 and I could absolutely thump it, lose a little bit of control and know it could just probably squeeze to the front. So I take all the back bunkers out of play. But if I want to really pitch it round that hole and dominate it, I need to probably just go that club a little bit extra. So I'm going to go with an 8 and put a nice smooth swing on it. Here we go. Take an aim at this very central pin today. Try and hold it off a bit, take a bit of pace off it, gripping down the shaft a bit. Just don't want it to go too long. So come on. Well, there we go. It's a bit left of the flag, which means it's definitely going to be safe. And there we have it. Virtually pin eye left. Looks about 15, 20 feet to go. Good chance of a 2. Breathe a sigh of relief.
It played as the easiest hole on the course in rounds 1 and 2. It's the shortest hole on the course, and Matthew Court is on the tee there.
Yeah, it's a wonderful looking par 3, as we've seen. Matt Court, is he dialed in? Pretty good.
Yeah, he suits pink, doesn't he, old Matt Court? Looking pretty dapper today.
Yeah, most of the guys looking smart.
Yeah, Brendan McCarroll. Well, works out all the time, fit as a fiddle, got his good lady on the bag, on the upslope, carrying it all the way, got to land it soft. Oh, just makes it over. Great shot.
Sam Connor put in a big finish, and you never can tell.
Well, we've seen how quickly it can change.
It's a tough closing stretch, though, isn't it? I mean, it's so much harder coming home.
It is. They've had loads of birdie chances at the beginning, and look at that coming in now. You got to get dialed in, and what a shot from the rock and roller.
Well, a little skip forward, that would have had a chance.
Now Dobson in all sorts of problems here on the 13th. This is his 6th shot, and any chance he may have had of winning is now completely evaporating.
Yeah, tidy little chip and run there. That will be for a double bogey.
Yeah, now Hayden McCullen have a bounce back. Made bogey at 13 there. Always nice to get one back. Now taking dead aim, I'm sure, at this right pin. Sam Connor looking pretty close, and that's a cracking response. Look at that, what a shot. Been I right.
McCarroll hasn't quite carried forward the momentum of yesterday's 66, but this would smarten up his card a bit.
Yeah, he was unlucky with the approach. Not to release, but he's converted it. Very good up and down for birdie there.
Now, for the first time today, we can say this, the joint leader, Steve Surrey.
Yeah, what a position to be in for these boys. Both need to win to get into that top 5. Surrey trying to use the bank. Come on down.
Yeah, you can see Coupland's ball there, just outside him. So Steve's going to get a nice read off of Dave. And Court, 20 feet away here.
Yeah, well,
he's just a bit less uphill. He's bolted it. Oh, calm down.
Nick McCarthy, almost 30 years of age now, represents Moortown up in Yorkshire. Been a winner on various tours. Favourite course, Leopard Creek, down in South Africa, and a fan of multiple sports. He's been talking to Kit.
Nick, you played in the Open last year at Royal Birkdale. What was that experience like for you?
It was brilliant. You know, it's a real eye-opener of, you know, getting to play with the big boys and everything, and seeing what they do and how they play. And yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. Got lucky. I played a practice round with Rory, played with Tony Finau, Ernie Els, Paul Lawrie. You know, I played with some really good guys, Matt Fitzpatrick. You know, so I was pretty lucky.
Coming into this week, is Desert Springs a course you thought would suit your game?
I didn't actually think it would suit my game now. Last time I was here, I didn't do good at all. So yeah, I wasn't really expecting too much. But yeah, as I say, I've been hitting it good. I've been placing it around the course well, and yeah, I'm quite enjoying it.
You've been an absolute top 10 machine, 27 of them in your time on the Europro Tour. Only one win to your name though. What do you feel you need to convert today?
I think I've had a few chances to win, and sometimes just one guy shoots a low number and kind of goes past me. But and there's other times where maybe I've not capitalised and not taken my chances. So today I'll just keep doing what I've been doing all week, and you know, and try and shoot a low number and see if that's good enough.
Coming into this week, you pretty much knew a win was what you needed to get into that top 5. Does that singular focus, you think, help you?
It does a little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's win or nothing to get the top 5 and get onto the Challenge Tour. So it does help a little bit, yeah. But as I say, it's, you know, there's still good stuff to play for beyond that. So that plays on your mind a little bit. But as far as the top 5 goes, it's win or nothing.
Well, Adam Chapman was in that position last year, of course, coming from way down the standings, and he won the final event and got his Challenge Tour card.
It does happen. Now, that pin over on the right-hand side, wind off the left-hand side, hug it up the right, bounce it off the... Oh, here we go. Pitches it short, runs on, and that's a nice conversion. That's gone down a pin eye. That's going to be an up-hiller off the left-hand side. Good chance there for a 2.
Matthew Court hasn't dropped a shot since the second hole. That could be about to change, though.
Yeah, we saw him bolt his first putt past, and that has missed. And he'll have that short one for a bogey. Sorry, on the 12th. Good tee shot in, slightly long. Should be moving a little left to right, this one.
This to go into the outright lead for the moment at least. Oh, so close.
Yeah, just burnt the right edge. And it is going to turn into a little bit of a match play situation for those two.
Hayden would have learnt a little bit from Cordy's putt. Gone a little bit more tentative. Oh, grabs the right side. Nicely done, my friend. Great 2.
So now that Surrey has missed, McCarthy has a chance to regain sole possession of the lead with 6 holes to go.
And this is what it's all about, Michael, I tell you. Bounce back. Can he get it? He does. What a 2. Grabs his lead back again.
Great response after a couple of wobbles in the last few holes.
Connor on 14, we saw his tee shot in there. Slightly longer than it looks.
Well done.
Safely done. Very good birdie too.
Birdie 2 also for McCarthy at the 12th, as we've just seen. So on 17 under, he's back into the outright lead, one ahead of Steve Surrey, who parred the 12th. Sam Connor, we just saw him birdie 14, and he's joined on 14 under by Coupland. And despite his troubles on 17, it's still been a really good day for Jack Davidson. He's 6 behind as we see him now approaching the last.
Yeah, from the middle of the fairway, he'll be looking to close out this superb final round with a closing birdie if he can. It's a tough ask, and that one just running through into the first cut. Good solid technique here, John. Just leaked that one slightly, but great day for the young man.
Yeah, top balance there, Scotty. And Coupland in a spot bother. He's here in 2 there. This is his 3rd. Not a spot bother, actually. He's in A1 position. Good butchers to where this flag is, chipping it, trying to get over that ridge, and it released down to the flag, and that's not bad. Good opportunity for a 4 there.
Chance to birdie the last of the par 5s as we go back to Davidson, looking to get up and down to complete a 65.
Long chip and run, giving it a chance. Just shaving the left side. Leaves himself a fairly straightforward one for the par and that round of 65.
Good round of golf. Now Dave, after 2 good shots short of the green, good chip to here, slots it in for a birdie 4 at 13. Nicely done, my friend.
Back to Davidson, tidying up on a memorable day. Yeah, birdies at all of the first 4 and then another at the 6th. May have had the Welshman dreaming of that £59,000 bonus. He was 8 under for the day with 3 to go. Just that one drop shot on 17, a hole causing problems for so many players today. But a fine 65 for Jack Davidson.
Indeed it was. Now McCarthy on 14. Maintains that beautiful rhythm that he has had all day. And perhaps just half a club short in there, John.
Yeah, just that little bit of breeze into their faces, and it's not a place you want to be short. This 14th, that water is lurking. He will be in the pebbles as well, and they're big pebbles. Not going to be able to get a good strike out of them now. Come on, Steve. Oh, and that one's a lot short. That might be on the pebbles.
Hasn't dropped a shot all day, Surrey, but is that going to continue?
Spooner. Birdie putt here on 16. Yeah, good positive stroke. All these birdies at the closing holes, very valuable to these guys.
Back to Kit on 14.
Surrey has got a little bit lucky here. His ball has hopped back into the hazard, but my word, has he pulled a good lie. 3 or 4 inches either side, and he's on these horrible big pebbles. There's no telling how that's going to release from there. Now he's on this nice little mossy surface. He's going to have a hope of getting it up and down. He's got a bit of green to work with, even though he can't really see it from here. This is actually a fantastic break for Surrey, and he could well save his par from here.
Well, he's going to need all his nerve. He's 1 back, can't really afford to drop further back.
Yeah, and after that bit of good fortune, and considering the nature of this hole, this could be his Fred Couples moment if he goes on to win this.
Yeah, I still don't think it's that easy though, boys. Pebbles underneath the moss, and there you go. It's not the strike he was wanting. Still a bit of work to be done. Whew, a lot of work to be done here by Brendan.
Oh, it's all coming apart here. This is his 6th shot.
Well done.
Yeah, great shot. He's played it like a little bunker shot and done very, very well. But we are really seeing what hazards are out here for these guys. Nothing is certain in this closing stretch.
Yeah, and in quite a tightly bunched tournament, that's going to cost McCarroll a lot of ground, that hole.
Right, hands forward, bump and run here. Ooh, popped up a little bit, but he's releasing out nicely. And he'll take that. That was on line. Looked like that was coming up a bit short there, Scotty.
It did do, yeah. Popped up on him, but he got the release. Puts the pressure on Surrey. Now McCarroll. This for a 7.
Oh, that's just horrible. We saw Robbie Busher have an 8 earlier. We've seen Brendan McCarroll match the Snowman now.
Back to Surrey on 14. Electing to putt this through the 2 or 3 feet of fringe he's got. This for his par. Needs to be positive with it. And he hasn't been. And he's still got a little bit of work for a bogey 4.
Well, he's gone ahead and tapped that in. McCarthy has tapped in for his par, so all of a sudden McCarthy has a 2-shot lead again, and now it's Coupland and Surrey sharing second place on 15 under with 4 to go. Jack Davidson, you can see, in with that magnificent round of 65. Nick McCarthy is back in control then with just 4 holes left for a fight back from Steve Surrey or Dave Coupland in the final round of the Tour Championship. Welcome back to the final round of the Tour Championship, where everything has swung back in favour of Nick McCarthy over the last couple of holes. Having been caught at one stage, he's now regained the outright lead and in fact is 2 strokes clear. With just 4 to play, he's 17 under par, chasing the win he must get to claim one of those 5 Challenge Tour cards. Can Coupland and Surrey stop him? They're both 2 back as they head to the 15th hole. And that's where John is.
Well, hello boys and girls. Mind the cactus plants. I tell you what, there's many of them around here, but we come to a gorgeous 15th hole, pretty much their signature hole, par 4, 422 yards. The tee shot is where it all really is. You stand on this baby and you just think, right, do I hit that 3-wood? Do I hit the driver? The water comes into play if you do. If you hit a nice long iron, yeah, you set yourself way back for a longer second shot in. But do you know what? Better to be safe than sorry. There is bunkers lurking down the right as well, so if you slightly come out of one, you could find yourself in there and have to play a bit of a wonder shot over the water to that long, lengthy green. Right, come on, 3-wood. Do your magic. And that should be okie dokie, Smokey. Slightly hogging down the left-hand side. It's never too bad because that's made the hole a little bit shorter, so I'll take that. But let's go and see the second, eh? Well, this is where my 3-wood finished, and I tell you what, it's a good 30 yards shy of the water, and I really did play it safe. Took a lot off it, come up well shy of it. But this green, like I said, 55 yards deep. The pin probably on the final day is going to be right at the very back. I mean, 41 yards on, it comes to the top of the tier, and then it's really tight as you like, really small as you like, really hard pin to get to. But I'm just looking at it here, and I've got in the vicinity of about, I would say about 130, 135 yards from his second shot, and I think that's a pretty good yardage. So I'm just going to get a 9-iron out, nice easy smooth swing, not going for a load of backspin. Greens are nice and soft, well acceptable to a good shot coming in as well. Nice smooth swing to boot. And there we have it. Looks about 15, 20 feet behind the flag. I think I'll take it at this signature hole.
When there's so much at stake as there is for McCarthy here, Scott, do you block it out? Can you block it out, or do you just have to deal with the pressure that that brings?
Well, there is pressure. You can block it out. You've really got to be focused on your own game. We know he's playing well. He knows he's playing well. It is all down to nerve now. Can he stay focused? Fairways and greens is what he said, and that has served him well so far. He's found another fairway there. He's got a beautiful tempo to his swing today, and he's just got to retain that. Closing holes, and he will be right in there with a chance. These boys have got to do something special if he keeps it steady.
Yeah, Surrey really needs to hit back quickly now, having fallen 2 behind again. Only 4 holes to make it up.
Yeah, you get some good chances though. I mean, 16, 17 giving it up as well. Quite short par 4s. Sorry, they're just linking it out to the right where McCarthy is. Nice swing as well to boot. Going with driver though, nice easy golf swing. Took a little bit off that, because that water does come into play if you slightly catch one. So we go over to Mighty Court at 17, second shot.
Man who's always got a good tempo with his swing. Misjudgment there. That is long.
Yeah, good club out there. Scott Hinton out. It's all first blood here for Surrey for his second shot over the water. Pin right at the back of the green, like I said. Can he get it all the way there? Oh, not quite, and that's going to feed further away from the hole. And that's going to be a difficult one. Up a steep bank, lots of swing from right to left. Not going to be easy.
No, and that makes... Sorry, Johnny, that's going to say that makes McCarthy's shot a little bit easier. If his partners can nail their shots in closer, it makes it tougher for him, but the door is open for him to make another freewheeling swing.
Oh, that's coming up way short, though. Even more short. And that's going to be, whoa, nasty.
We should mention of the 5 players who graduated from this tour onto the Challenge Tour at the end of last season, MK Kim went on and did really well, won the Czech Masters, 20 under par, all 4 rounds in the 60s. We're going to hear a lot more about him in the years to come, having graduated from this circuit 12 months ago.
Well, this is the glory of the Europro Tour. We see young, great talent come through. I mean, this is Dave Coupland. He's hopefully going to be the Order of Merit winner. It looks like he is. Finding a spot of bother off the tee. Chipped out to here. And that's pin on the right-hand side. And that's going to be an awkward one. All downhill from there. We got to say, though, Mark Young, I mean, with his 3 wins coming into this week, had a chance of that 4th, $250,000. My goodness.
He did. He was going well in the first round. 5 under after 17, then double bogeyed the last. It was still a 69, but it seemed to take the wind out of his sails because a 74 yesterday pretty much ended his chance.
Good touch, Hayden. Very good.
Yeah, McCullum with a lovely little delicate one there. Cozying that one up hole side.
Hey, there we go. Little doggy looking on. Now, this is going up his left nostril here, Scotty. Got to land it on the green on the softest bit, I would say. He's got the height. Oh, he's played a beauty. Oh!
Well, that would have been some part. Terrific shot. Now Connor out of position off the tee, managed to get it pin high right. Little chip and run downhill once it gets on. Bit fiery there.
How do you want it?
Look where he's aiming this one, boys. Out to the right, nearly coming off the green. Gather some pace halfway along, sweep down from right to left. Look at this, get this within a couple of feet. He's done well. Slow down ball. That's not a bad putt from there.
No, that's good. Quite often, when the nerves are jangling, those very long putts can be tricky. Now Matt Court, we saw him go long, got it back to the fringe. This for his par. Now, disappointing bogey from the middle of the fairway.
So a chance here for Surrey to get back to 1 behind, but much like McCarthy, I think he'd happily take his 2-putt and walk on now to the 16th tee.
Yeah, not surprised. Bit of a double breaker from left to right up the hill, then right to left once it comes down. And that was a great effort by Steve.
Yeah, a couple of very good long putts. Having a look at the hole. Now Connor, this for his part. A little edgy with the chip. Just 4 or 5 feet here.
Like you heard him there, he don't believe it, can't believe it.
And his race is well and truly run now in terms of winning this title, but this is a little tester now for McCarthy.
Yeah, they're all important. But no sign of nerves again. Middle of the hole.
Gotta mention, good crowds there looking on as we see Sam Connor. Lots of volunteers, can't do it without them as well. All round the golf course, getting the scores. All well enthusiastic, loving watching the pros. We see Steve now trying to get his par here at 15.
Yeah, the crowds are out in these closing holes. Now, Coupland, we saw his tremendous pitch almost go in to save par. That's a bogey.
So pars for both McCarthy and Surrey on 15. The gap stays at 2 in McCarthy's favour with 3 holes to go. Coupland's had his first bogey of the day on 15. Not entirely out of it, but surely it's between those 3 now. And look at James Fraser, a 69 for him, despite 2 double bogeys on his card today.
Well, let's take a look at this closing hole. Par 4, 376 yards. Water down the left, so guys looking to knock it down here about 215 yards off the tee. If you're going any further, it's getting very, very narrow. Second shot into this huge green in terms of length, 62 yards long. Not overly wide, big bunkers down the right. Guys just looking to nail something right in here, heart of the green. Pretty tight approach shot from wherever you are.
Sam Connor then won at Longhurst Hall in July in a playoff with Joe Dean, but that was his only top 10 finish of the season until now.
And that's a tidy tee shot. Puts himself in position for that approach. Off ahead on the 18th green is Spooner. This for a closing birdie, long range attempt. 30, 35 feet. Go on, son. What a way to finish.
And in contrast to the wretched start he made, a 7 at the first for Spooner today. Very up and down after that. He only had 6 pars, but lovely to finish with a birdie. A fine year for Spooner as he heads for the Challenge Tour.
McCarthy has 164 yards left for his second shot here on the 16th. It's slightly downwind, perhaps a club shorter. Where that pin is very inviting. The green slopes in like a bowl on either side, so wherever he hits it, it's likely to feed closer to that hole.
Yeah, it's an inviting shot. The ball feeding in towards the flag. McCarthy has been a rock today. Just a few more good swings. He'll be in the driving seat. That's another one. Gives himself a birdie chance.
Yeah, good old 16. Hit it to the corner with a nice long iron. Leaves you a good 8 iron in, 9 iron. Back pin today. As we see Craig Ross here, 18, polishing off this. A bogey putt though.
That's not a great way to finish. Sour taste for him, double bogey at the last.
Yeah, he was just hanging on a bit through the back 9 and then it all came apart on 18. 71 to finish for Craig Ross when he really needed something a good bit better. No Challenge Tour card for him today.
No, but he's a good player. We'll see a lot of him in the coming years, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely going to be getting a Rookie of the Year. Now, yeah, that was obviously a horrid lie. There, pin on right. Now Dave Coupland left off the tee, just on the upslope in the rough. Bit of breeze just kicking up.
Yeah, you don't need to be far out of position, do you, John, just to make things awkward. But that is a class shot from there.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Look at that. Upslope, you know, tendency to pull it a little bit left. Get that weight forward, trap it a little bit. You can see that, just punching it out nicely. Holding it off beautifully. Now, Sam Connor coming over the edge. You can only just see the flag from this position. You can see him doing the Sergio walk to the left. And that's a lovely shot. That looked so attractive in the air. Just half a club shy. Good shot.
Yeah, relieved, I think, to see that one. Centre of the green, give himself a chance. Now Surrey back on 16. Similar shot to McCarthy.
Yeah, 3 crackers there. Really inviting second shot into that 16th. Come on.
I was going to say, Johnny started the week in 22nd place, so he had to win. So just playing for positions now, really.
Yeah, nice smooth stroke there from Dobson.
Now this is to go 3 clear. What a big move. That could be a potentially decisive move at this late stage.
Yeah, indeed it could be. But that one was never quite getting there.
So Surrey will have a chance to get within 1 of the lead. We'll see his putt in a moment. But first, McCullen at the last.
Yeah, the sun just putting its head behind a cloud. It's gone a little bit dark out there. That was a close shave for Hayden. It's been a good tournament for this young man, young talent as well. Won in Princes, like you said, I got him a couple of years ago.
So he really needs to make this one, put some pressure on McCarthy with 2 holes to go. Just burning the edge. And that's the difference.
Long putt here for birdie for Sam Connor. Nice way to finish to get the 14 under if he can. Looking good, looking good. Oh, just shaved the left-hand side. And, well, is he going to go ahead and knock that one in? I think he is. Nice crowds looking on. This is his par now.
Yeah, nicely tidied up. Just couldn't quite make things happen over the closing stretch, apart from that 2 at the 14th. But a 68 means Sam Connor will comfortably secure his 2nd top 10 finish of the season.
Yeah, solid effort this week. Now, Coupland for birdie on 16. This to get him to 15 under. Oh, again. The putts seem to be just shaving the hole now. They were all dropping front 9.
Yeah, he had a good chance of putting some pressure on Nick McCarthy, but both Steve and Dave not converting their birdie efforts.
McCullum tidies up for his part.
Birdied 4 of the first 8 today, but a couple of expensive drop shots early in the back 9 from McCullum, although he did steady the ship after that, and it's all 3 rounds in the 60s for him. So missed chances for Surrey and Coupland to apply some pressure to McCarthy mean that he retains his 2-stroke lead with just 2 holes to go. Remember, he's got to win this tournament if he's to claim a Challenge Tour card. And a fine effort from Sam Connor. We saw him finish with that 68. Hayden McCullen had a 69. Top 5 finishes for them. McCarthy 2 ahead with 2 to play in the final round of the Tour Championship. The climax is coming up after the break. Welcome back to the final round of the Tour Championship, where Nick McCarthy is potentially just 2 holes away from clinching not only the title, but also a Challenge Tour card for 2019. He's got to win to do that, and he's on course to claim that victory. 17 under par after 16 holes, 2 clear of Steve Surrey, who missed a chance there to get within 1. Dave Coupland not entirely out of it, but he's somewhat praying for miracles now in these closing stages of this 2018 Europro Tour season.
Well, we come to 17, the penultimate hole, and it's only a little baby, this one, 345 yards. I mean, the boys will be hitting roughly about 6-iron, 5-iron. You can hit driver. Very Billy Spooner took it all the way on over the waistline. That's 300 yards to carry it to the other side. But the pin today, way back on the right-hand side. You can just see it there. Not easy to get to. Yeah, anything just slide. Just feed him back down towards the middle of the green. That'll leave you an awkward putt up towards this back right pin.
Well, here is McCarthy out with the iron, looking to just knock it up the centre towards the end of this fairway. Yeah, safely done, just ticking these shots off.
Looks like it is. Here's 1 by 1. Now Dobson, good brave tee shot here down the right hand side. There is out of bounds lurking down that right. Now drifting one in from left to right. Nice high ball flight, and look at that, beautiful.
Yeah, not an easy pin to get close to on 18, as is this one on 17. Surrey's got a good angle though, John.
He does indeed. You can see that pin way back on this green, up on a little plateau on all of its own. Oh, and he's pulled it left, and that is, well, we've seen it. Davidson was in there, and we know how bad it is in there. That's not an easy up and down. That might be the tournament gone out of his grasp just by that, but we don't know what Nick's got in store. I mean, he's blocked out here with his second shot. Can't see the flag. About 140 to go. Ball below his stands. Over the palm trees we go. Oh, and there it is. Could seal the deal, Scotty.
Well, that's it. What a time to produce a shot of that quality.
Could be the most important shot of his life so far, with everything that's at stake. Oh, what a way to finish off your season. It was very much unlucky number 13 for Dobson with that horrible 7, but there haven't been many birdies at the last today. He got one though, and he's round in 70.
Surrey's shown his short game prowess a number of times today, and he's going to need it again here at the 17th. He's short-sided in a deep greenside bunker. Only a couple of paces of green to work with, and it all slopes away from him. He's going to have to nip this one really close to the ball to get maximum height and spin to stop this one quickly.
Here's a tough one, but Steve from Camberwell, where they've got one of the finest practice facilities, short game wise, in the country. What's he got? Well, he went aggressive with it, John, which he had to, but there wasn't much margin there.
Well, he won the short game competition we had at Camberwell this year. He showed his skills there, and this was not easy. Short-sided, nothing to work with, down and away. Now this is, well, would be some par just off the green. Pretty straight putt all in all. Oh, grazed the right side there, Scott.
Well, he gave it a good run, didn't he? That looked in all the way. I think he thought he'd got it, but that is massive disappointment. Dropping a shot there on 17. It's got to be out of the championship race now, you would have thought.
Yeah, you'd have to say this to seal the deal, going up the last with a lot of shots in hand. And he seals it. There it is. Birdie at 17. And a big spring in his step, and off he goes to 18th tee.
Yeah, 4-shot lead, and if he does go on to win now, as looks likely, boy, is he going to deserve it after the way he responded to those couple of wobbles he had in the middle of the round and the brilliant way he played the penultimate hole.
Yeah, he's been very, very good today. Can afford to play this ultra conservative.
Yeah, taking that water out of play on the left-hand side, always a smart move. And just a lovely swing to boot, playing very relaxed, good game. Now Kit's down there to tell us a bit more about it.
It's an ultra-safe tee shot for McCarthy down 18, and with a 4-shot lead, who can really blame him? He's now got 205 yards left into a wonderful green, surrounded by a lovely gallery here at Desert Springs. He just needs to go for the centre of the green. If he finds the putting surface, he can do what all pros dream of. You can enjoy that final walk, take the applause from the crowd, and know you're winning the Tour Championship and getting your hands on that coveted Challenge Tour card for 2019.
Yeah, what a week. What a story it's been, or will be. One more good swing, get it on the surface or somewhere close, and enjoy the walk, John.
Yeah, it is 62 yards deep, Scotty. Cool. Oh, he's walking after it. He likes it. Has he got the club in now? Oh, he has not. He's probably got one of the longest putts we'll ever see. It's like being at St Andrews. It's about a 100-footer, that one.
What a year it's been for Coupland. It's going to be his 9th top 10 finish from 16 events, and when you consider the size of the fields, to finish top 10 in more than half of your tournaments really is tremendous.
Yeah, he's been a model of consistency. Just leaked that one a little bit, but it's a good shot, back fringe, not too far from the pin.
Now Steve Surrey, more the aggressor off the tee, down the right-hand side, less club in, probably no more than an 8 aren't.
Yeah, he'll be looking to try and nick solo second if he can. Also leaked it out to the right.
Nice swing, punches it through, great release. Just didn't draw back the way he would have liked it. It's going to be Coupland to go first from off the edge of the green.
Yeah, long range birdie attempt, leaving the flag in. Has it got the legs? Not quite. Now this is the monster putt, you said, John.
It's huge. I mean, this one's coming off one knuckle, then the other. I mean, anything within 10 feet, he's done a good job. Look at that swing, straight away from the hole. It's not coming back from there, and, well, that's a good 15, 16 feet away. But a nice little wry smile. He knows, job's done.
You certainly wouldn't want to have to two-putt it from there to win. Now, Surrey, can he nick solo second with this long putt for birdie on 18?
Yeah, this would be huge, Scott.
Go on, give it a chance, Steve. Get it there.
Oh.
Here's the man of the moment. It's been his week. This for par on 18.
Would be a closing 67. It doesn't really matter, he had so many in hand. Next stop, the Challenge Tour. Needing to win, he's done just that. Came flying out of the traps with 5 birdies in the first 7. Couple of drop shots around the turn, but got things back on track. And even with the bogey on 18, it was a fairly solid finish. In the end, a closing 68 for McCarthy.
Yeah, such a great week. Worthy winner. Played superb today. Coupland tidying up for his part.
Couple of early birdies, couldn't quite maintain the momentum the way he needed to. Still had hope when he birdied 13. The bogey on 15 more or less finished him off, but it's still a good end to a good week and a very good season.
I'm sorry, fair play to him. The Camberwell lad done well.
Yeah, kept himself right in there going out in 33, but found the back 9 a good deal tougher. And in the end, it all fizzled out a bit for him to a final round of 70. But the day belongs to Nick McCarthy, and Kit has spoken to the champion.
Nick, you've just won the Tour Championship. What emotions are running through you right now?
I'm delighted. You know, it wasn't easy out there. You know, everybody was firing birdies out there, and you know, told my nerve, especially when I had the lead going into the last round. I'm pretty proud of myself.
How difficult was it to be the man with the target on his back going into today?
It's you know, it's nerve-wracking. You know, I always think that if you've 2 or 3 shots behind, well, you can go out there free will and just try and shoot a low one and get in there. But when you have a lead, you know, I think it's tougher. And yeah, I'm just, as I say, I'm really proud of myself, and yeah, it was good.
Confirmation of the final standings, Nick McCarthy sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard, but plenty of significant results for the remaining players. Craig Ross finished tied 9th, and that was enough to secure Rookie of the Year. But of course, it's the man in joint 2nd who really made the greatest impression over the course of the season, Dave Coupland, topping the order of merit.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I'm so chuffed to bits to get this trophy. It was one of my goals, so to achieve that this year, it's yeah, it's dream come true.
Coupland's share of 2nd, enough to win the race to Desert Springs, leapfrogging Mark Young, who finished joint 32nd today. Nick McCarthy soars 21 places to finish 3rd. Challenge Tour cards also for Billy Spooner and Joe Dean, who just edges out Chris Gain. To be here at Desert Springs seems a fitting end to the season, made possible in part by the regional support extended to the Tour. Both Governor Gracia Fernandez Moya and Luis Navarro, regional representative, expressed their delight at the Tour's success.
Pues aunque no soy experta en golf, pero sí que pongo en valor toda la...
Well, even though I'm not an expert in golf, I value all the sportsmanship and of course give my congratulations in the first instance to all the winners. I believe that here in Almira at Desert Springs we have a great asset which we need to spread to all of Europe in order to promote tourism and sport. Sport as a source of a healthy life, as part of a healthy lifestyle. That is what the government of Andalusia does through the Tourist Board. It promotes tourism and sport together through these competitions, encouraging all that can generate income and showcase the value of our region, Almira, and all of Andalusia.
Well, we are proud that people consider this land to enjoy. It's because of that more than 500,000 tourists come only for playing golf. So I think it's a duty to support this kind of events.
Very important to this region, as you
Absolutely.
said there, golf. And moving forward, how do you see the relationship with Andalusia and Europro Tour?
Well, I think it's fantastic. It's something that we have to continue with, and well, for us, it's a honor. We are proud.
Well, a successful tournament has wrapped up here at Desert Springs. Kit, how impressed were you with how Nick finished the job off, having gone into the final round in the lead?
Absolutely. You always want to be leading, of course, but then you know you've got the target on your back going into the final round. He started like an absolute train, sublime golf. But once that momentum turned a bit and he got caught, it's all too easy to let it slip away. So the way he wrestled back control of this golf tournament says a lot about him, a worthy champion this week.
A worthy champion indeed, and the players really did seem to enjoy the course here at Desert Springs, didn't they?
Yeah, 3rd time we've been back here for the Tour Championship. We love it, and I love it more and more every year. It's the type of strategic test that really makes the players think. You can be aggressive, go really low, But if you find yourself in the desert, it's easy to run up doubles and triples. So a great place for the guys to test their game for the Tour Championship.
And we've had a fantastic day here. Kit, thank you very much. Well, that brings another successful season to an end. We'll see you next year.